After completing this lesson, you will be able to generate orthographic drawing views and add dimensions to those drawing views. For this lesson, it's important to start a new drawing from design using the F1CAR drawing file. This file has additional detail such as clearances for the guide wire, as well as the recess for the CO2 cartridge added to the car body, along with a virtual cargo component. To create a drawing in Fusion 360, go to the File pull-down, expand New Drawing, and for this drawing, we'll select From Design. This will create a drawing view of the component or components in our design. With the Full Assembly checkbox selected, everything will be chosen. We can choose whether to create a new drawing, or if we've already been editing a drawing, we can add these views to that drawing. Set your standard based on ASME or ISO. Set your units and your sheet size. For this drawing, let's begin with an A3. Click OK. We'll click OK for the warning that mesh, T-spline, and surface bodies will not be included in the drawing. And after a moment, the front view comes into the drawing. In the drawing view dialog, I can change which view is being represented. I'll select the left view. I can change the scale using the pull-down menu, or if I want something slightly smaller, entering a custom value. Clicking in the drawing will locate the view, but you must click OK to generate the drawing view. When the drawing view generates, you'll see a list of the components that are included in the view. We'll deselect Virtual Cargo, even though it's hidden based on creating a drawing view of the assembly. I can either right-click and from the marking menu select Projected View, or select Projected View from the Drawing Views panel. Click the parent view and start locating where the child views will be. You can even drag an isometric into the sheet. Once you click OK, the drawing views will generate. Should you change your mind about the position of a particular view, you can select the view and then grab the grip and click and drag. In this case, you'll notice the view will not leave the orthographic plane. If you grab the parent view, moving it will update all of the other orthographic projections. A double click on a view, such as the isometric view, will bring the drawing view dialog back onto the screen. Here, I'll select Shaded, change the scale to be half scale, and remove all tangent edges. And click Close to create a more pictorial view on the sheet. With the drawing views in place, you can start to add details. I can add center marks. You could add them to the wheels as well. And then you can begin to add dimensions. Like the sketching environment in Fusion 360, a single dimension tool can be used to apply many different types of dimension. We can select an edge and go to a point and get the distance. Then come to an arc and be able to select the diameter. You can also go point to point and use the general type of geometry that's on the screen. Here, we'll do an overall length, selecting 2 points. Initially, I get what would be described as an aligned dimension. However, I'm able to move my cursor to get a horizontal dimension. We can continue to apply any detail dimension we deem necessary to get our drawing view created. We can also place section views by selecting a parent view. We're not going to place the section view directly on the center line of the model. Instead, we'll use a position that will allow it to section through the body at the thinnest point so we can understand what the contour of the body is as it transitions through this section plane. Setting where the section line will begin and where it will end. Then, using Continue to place the view. If we want more detail, we can apply a detail view as well. Setting where we want the detail to begin using the dialog to change the scale if we like, otherwise simply applying the view in place. Any dimension added to a scaled view like a detailed view will still be based on the model size, so you don't have to worry about that drawing view giving you inaccurate dimensions. There are changes we can make to the dimensions as well. For example, right now, due to the way this was filleted, it's very close to 200, but I want to go ahead and round that to 200. So I can change my annotation settings, modify the linear dimension precision to single decimal. You can also add options such as trailing zeros to your dimensions. And all of your dimensions will be kept up to date. I'll go back to my model and use the same process to create another view from design. For this view, I don't want the full assembly. Instead, I want the virtual cargo and the car body. I'll add it to the untitled drawing. It says untitled because I have yet to save it, but I'll create a new sheet. For this sheet, I'll use a smaller A4 size and click OK. The drawing view preview comes into place. I'll modify the scale and the view that I want to use. For this drawing view, to show hidden edges. Here, I can see the outline of the virtual cargo. Now, when I create a projected view based on this view, the virtual cargo will appear in that view, and we can apply dimensions. Now that I'm beginning to apply my dimensions, I see that I've used an improper view scale. I'll just finish adding my dimensions, complete using the dimension tool, and then modify the parent view. We use the same custom scale as we used on the other page. Now the view fits a little better, and I can relocate any dimensions that are difficult to see. I'll add the one last dimension for the height of the virtual cargo, and this sheet will be done.